Hey gang, Royd Free Sr. back again, and today I want to ask you the question, are you a hard gainer? Bradley Steiner had a whole series of books and articles that he used to talk about the hard gainer, which a lot of people take issue with. My answer is if your name isn't Reeves, Eater, Kazmaier Park, Grimmick, or a few others, then yeah, you're a hard gainer, like the other 99% of us. And while Bradley wrote a lot of good articles back in the day, some people take issue with the whole mentality. Um, but there's an article that was taken out of, again, the Diddalo blog, which is awesome. And it's called Specific Training for Hard Gainers by Bradley Steiner, in which he asked the question starting out the article: did you ever get the urge to kill a Mr. America? Many fellows have, and the reason whether or not they care to admit it themselves was envy. And sure, that's true. Because you look at guys like Reeves and all these other guys, and they have these great genetics, which very few of us have. But I think maybe we can use this idea as an excuse for not making gains, when in fact it could be our program, our diet, our attitude, our sleep or lack thereof, or any number of things that are hindering our progress. And, you know, you can make the excuse if you're not making gains to say, I'm a hard gainer, or my genetics suck. And I say garbage. I think everyone at any size, any age, any physical condition can make gains of some kind. We really only compete with ourselves, or constantly trying to make improvements despite the inevitable aging process that we're all subject to. So I say don't go willingly into that dark night of decay. You got to fight it with everything you got. The more you lay around and relax, the more your body goes in the wrong direction, which is downward. And I'm not saying that sitting on a recliner with a cold one and some chips and dip isn't an appealing thing once in a while. There's really no future in that whole thing, okay? And we have this innate little thing in our brains that tries to tell us anything that's vigorous, strenuous, makes us break a sweat is undesirable, when in fact it's the most life sustaining thing that we can do, along with decent sleep and nutrition. I think that God built us with not just the capacity for hard work, but maybe even a certain level of downright need for it. The striving for a thing is at least as important as actually obtaining that thing. And that's how we're wired. And in fact, probably why billionaires sometimes commit suicide. Think about it. Stop whining, stop making excuses, find an exercise mode you actually like, or invent your own, even better, and have some fun extending and improving the quality of your life. And yes, I think the highest priority in a fitness or strength, preferably both, program is having fun. Does that make me silly or immature? I don't think so. Because I think that's what keeps your enthusiasm at the level where it needs to be, day after day, workout after workout. And it's one reason why I'm always looking for and posting various routines from YouTube and elsewhere. And I never just suddenly change my whole routine for one of these new shiny objects. But I look for certain things that I can take and say, oh, let me try that. And I go back into my Frankenstein's lab. I add things, I take things away. So my program is always upgrading, I think. And that's just the progress that we all have to go through. Everybody has to find out what works for them in particular, okay? Because, you can look up a million routines. And just because something worked for Mike Bridges or Mike Menser or Mike McDonald doesn't mean it's going to work for me or for you. So be all you can be. Get off your butt. Get in the gym or on the playground or on the trail or whatever combination of the above works for you. Just get out there and do something. Okay? And then in addition to the physical work, there's the knowledge, which you have to constantly be trying to learn. You got to read books, magazines, online content, of which there's tons. You got to learn about training, nutrition, visualization methods, every aspect of training, and more importantly, the recuperation from it. because it's when you're resting and recuperating that you're actually making the gains, not in the gym. Okay, and a lot of people that are new to the game think that it's always a more is better situation. And that's really what Bradley Steiner was addressing, that more is not necessarily better. And most people who go that route end up burning themselves out very quickly.